Greetings, everyone. This is me, Zahra Bazak. I thought that I should give in to these people who are choking us to death. Come here and you will be saved. You will not be miserable. You are miserable because of this and that. They are giving their opinions, and I saw many things like that, misunderstandings, that these human beings are going to lead us, right? By choking us, saying, come here. I felt I didn't have a voice, I was going to die, and that I shouldn't, I should just be submissive to this, for example, the country's king or something, right? But I was like, keep quiet, just leave it, just leave it. Because as a Shia also, I would not fight with these Sunnis about our religion. I would just be with myself and enjoy, or feel content within myself about Hussein and all this. So, so I have started this back, not because I want to save you, or I have to do this. But it's for human rights. Like, I need a voice. Something has purged me today, again. So the thing is that I really liked Jiddu Krishnamurti. You know, there's a lot of these religions out there who want you to join them, and they will try many mischievous tactics and corrupted ways to lead you to them. Like one I showed earlier on 2 days ago, or how many days have I slept? Maybe a day. I don't know. What's the date today? Okay, so let me check my previous live streams here. When was the last time I did a live stream? 1 day ago. Fooling me rode for 3 seconds. Raped. Oh, okay. I should. Someone came here and said they were raped for 3 seconds. So look at this. I didn't even have my reading glasses on, and rode, R-A-O-E-D. So we've had many religions, Hinduism and all this, and I was not also able to talk. Abuse was coming and all this. So I said I should sleep over it, because if I wait, I might not be able to talk properly. I was very disturbed and cracked. I slept and slept. And so here I am. Today I didn't think I was, part of me says, no, you should just let them beat you. But everyone comes saying that they want to save humanity, and I don't want to use that word. Save people. Come here and you will be saved. And then they give their revelations and of Lord Chaitanya and this and that. And then be here for 5 years or a month challenge, and you will. Like, it's the same thing as I've been in Shia Islam reading the Quran ayats for God knows, listening to the majlises, going to the majlises. Sometimes later on, dragging myself to listen to those majlises. So I don't want that same history being repeated in my life. Now, if you are a very, very stubborn, like Muslim, please don't come here. Like Salah ad-Din or someone, and doing your own thing. No, you're not doing your own thing. You are not leaving that revelation, your second-hand followers, like Jiddu Krishnamurti says. You are second-hand. You can't inquire, and you don't even, you're not given that empty mind, that thing to inquire. So thank God I came across Jiddu Krishnamurti's video right now. Where is it? It's here. Why should I suffer? Jiddu Krishnamurti, Jiddu Krishnamurti Foundation. So this, any pattern I see in this kind of a thing, that the same pattern in someone else, that come here, I will, you, in 1 month, you will get better. This is the true path. You know what they are doing? They're pushing you into their thing, what they believe in, right? This is the problem. So please look at this now. There are many who could choke you to death. Zalmi is here again. Sorry, Zalmi, got to get you out of here. So we have such mischievous people in this world, and on a very high caliber. They shredded Paramahamsa Vishwananda, and I've also shredded him, but you know, Lord, believers of Lord Chaitanya and all this. And they were telling me that she's charismatic and he's so handsome and attractive, as if I go towards him because he's like that. They don't know my history. They don't know if the person I met, a look-alike of Paramahamsa Vishwananda, older to him 5 years, younger to me 5 years, and you know, charismatic and all this, is not my cup of tea. So the thing is that if Paramahamsa Vishwananda, you see, if you have, I'm still discovering why I'm getting this force telling me that I'm Radharani, stopping me and all this, and I don't mean to take her place or anything of that sort. It's like, you know, a friend of mine, Christian friend of mine, said, no, she doesn't want to be God or things like that. So I don't want to be God either, right? I listened to her and I said, yeah, that's right. I mean, so many sufferance, you know, to take that burden of being God, and evil prevails here. Definitely you don't want to be God and take that sufferance. So I didn't want to be Radharani. But unfortunately, I don't know what it is, so I'm discovering. What I said was earlier on to someone that I don't believe in Hinduism, meaning that without evidence, or any religion for that matter. So I saw that going to this person was bringing me back to the ego, and I got scared, and I was doing this ego thing again, you know, like certain things I said there, and I saw that I'm getting scared. I was getting scared, like, oh my God, am I really checking myself that did I say this the right way? I mean, now you see what is the right way. Is it the ego still wanting attention like this, even though I said I don't want Zara to be here like that, right? But is it just a saying? Is it just a thrill to share? or does it come from, if I don't want Zehra to be here, then Zehra shouldn't be here if I really mean it. I've been searching for truth, and they say when you find, like Buddha says, when you find the Buddha, or if that is the saying of him, like they were asking Muji Baba to attend. Okay, so like some guru they were asking, or master, is this saying true of Buddha? So please don't take it, take my word for it. But I read this. I don't know if it's truly ascribed to Buddha. You see, this is also another problem. If you find Buddha, Buddha said, when you find the Buddha, kill him, right? So all these things, we don't even know whether Buddha said this. Someone was asking someone else, a guru or a Muji Baba or someone. Um, I'm not sure, can't remember exactly. See, so remembrance, you can't rely on your memory, things like that. And the conveyance of revelations. Many don't get it, many want to get it. I don't know the other person, so that's why the problems came in like this. I could see from experience the problems coming. So that's why when I was reading Jiddu Krishnamurti books, buying them, saving money for them, reading them, I realized that this is the right thing. This path, it's to inquire yourself and not get trapped in with those gurus who say, come here, do this challenge for some years or a month or so, or even 20 days, and you will get it. Then you decide for yourself, if you don't get it, then you can leave and all this. But why waste all this time? And then they feed you with revelations of Lord Chaitanya or the Bhagavad Gita and all this. So I followed Paramahamsa Vishwananda because I felt that there were some things. Now it's with Hinduism. So even though I say I will say that I'm Radharani, but it doesn't mean that you take it conclusively that I'm Radharani. That you take my word for it and you take it as evidence. You should do your research. You see what you want to do, but I would say if then you decide. But this thing of revelations, and this person is the true imparter, or someone's had a dream, and so this is it. This is I know who God is, and I know the scriptures properly. So there are muftis, there are religious scholars who think they are even our religious scholars. Some of them are connected with. They say like Sayyid Ali Sistani, so a father, Sayyid Ali Sistani. Who was it who said that? Sorry, I have to use this. I don't know. Imam Mahdi. Connection with Imam Mahdi. Oops. So we've had Shia religious scholars. I think his father to the senior religious authorities. Yeah, this one is really good. So, to the senior religious authorities such as Ayatollah Sistani or Ayatollah Khomeini meet Imam Mahdi. So here we have all the. Zuhair Ali Ismail says Sheikh Zuhair Ali Ismail has a BSc in, okay, no. Okay, these are all religious scholars. Thank you for your questions. Such meetings are not confirmed. May you always be successful. Such meetings are not confirmed. You see? The answer. When such meetings are not confirmed, we are left in the lurch. This Sheikh Muhammad al-Hili, I think he lived a long time ago. I was with a group that had visited Ayatollah. No, this is not that Hili, the long time ago who used to be present in two places simultaneously. What is this? Who is this Hili? Each of the revealed religions uphold the concept of an awaited savior or Messiah figure, the person vested with God's authority and will to fulfill the responsibility of establishing justice in the world. Now you see, going back to this, Sheikh Muhammad al-Hili narrates, I was with a group that had visited Ayatollah Sayyid Ali al-Sistani, and people presented their questions, and the Sayyid responded. One lady asked, have you ever met the Imam of our time, Imam al-Mahdi? Since I was translating, they say Ajalallahu Ta'ala Farajan, something like this to that effect. AJ stands for that in brackets. If I don't know properly how to say it in Arabic, Ajal, whatever it is, okay? So I must have made a mistake. Since I was translating, I apologized to the Sayyid, saying that the question just posed by the lady may be problematic, but the Sayyid asked for the question to be presented to him. Upon hearing the question, Ayatollah al-Sistani replied, if I say that I have met the Imam, people will call me a liar. See? Problem. And if I say that I have not met the Imam, people will say, what kind of scholar is that? That does not meet the Imam. He then explained throughout history, many people have falsely claimed to have met the Imam in order to seek worldly gains and motives. You see the problem? Coming up. Story 2. Ayatollah Shahid Sayyid Hassan Shirazi wrote a series of books comprising the sayings of Allah, the Ahl Bayt, and so one of the volume is called. You see, I've so all this. Please read if you are interested, and we need to. So all these problems, you see, and maybe they've met, maybe they haven't, maybe they can't say they've met Imam Mahdi, because then the problem occurs. How do you know for sure? So I thought when I read Jiddu Krishnamurti that I would, if I had the, I prayed to God and like that, and to help, maybe I can help my Shias, even Ismailis. But who am I to help? Just that showing my problems that I've got stuck in, and I was like, it's not satisfying. So then you could recommending you. I'm not saying that you should follow me or follow that guru. What I'm sharing on Facebook, Paramahamsa Vishwananda, what I may be ungrounded, right? He said there are people. I'm not his disciple, and it's not because he's attractive to me, but because he looks like someone, and I feel I've had a connection with him. So that thing also, and so sharing a little bit of Jiddu Krishnamurti that I found were very helpful for me, but I had this voices, and also I have to say, that it wasn't. If I was normal at that time, it would have been very helpful, but it was very challenging for me. I think this. That's why when someone, a friend of mine, I was told this cousin of mine that she gives advices, but she doesn't. Take it for herself. Right, and then I told her, and she said, "No, I haven't said this." She denied saying that to my cousin. So the thing is that you would say, "Oh yeah, so now we have recently this Maharaj saying, and with his some disciple or someone, that you are this, and that's why you are in trouble, because you haven't come to the right Lord and the right person guide for this." Okay, so Hinduism, I can criticize the Hindus and say, well, they're not so this, and they're not that. So I'll just leave it right now to this. So I have been fighting or arguing, questioning Paramahamsa Vishwananda, Sri Ravi Shankar ji before that. So this, oh, where am I? Oh, I have to, so this, so I thought that reading Jiddu Krishnamurti, although at that time it was very challenging, I found him too late now. I was going in, it was schizophrenic thing, and but for me it was extra difficult. Someone had told me that life would be extra difficult for you. My aunt, who used to read the palm and do this card fortune telling thing, that for others it won't be that difficult, but for you it's going to be difficult in life, very difficult. I was like, why? So this lady had told me before she could tell me in London that you take one step forward and three steps back. So you have, so I thought, okay, I have this jihad to do against some witch who is doing black magic on me. So this is what I have to mention here. And I realized long time ago that my mother also didn't get proper guidance. Something was missing, because she was a Shia, and we had prayers, we had all the things, but I don't know why she was lacking. I felt she was lacking proper guidance. I didn't blame my religion, neither did I blame her. Like, oh, she must have done some sin and God is not good, this, or God is testing us. No. One day I came home and I saw my mother, like every time she would be, sometimes there were things. So there was one time her mother was there, my grandmother, and all this. And I came back from school and I saw my mother in not a very good condition. So this was happening many, like, sometimes. So even though her mother was there, her aunts were around, her family was around her, not her in-laws, but her family was around, her mother was around. So then she told me that her mother had a dream about Prophet Muhammad or something, and she was on a hill, and that angels were going around her mother, encircling her mother on top of her head, and she was on a hill there, in somewhere in Makkah or Medina, and because yeah, and or was it her own dream? Her own dream was that Rasulullah was rushing towards Masjid Nabawi, and his robe was going back, like she was rushing towards Masjid Nabawi. And then she saw, it was my mother's dream. Then my mother saw her own mother sitting on a hill, and there were angels encircling her on top of her head. And she was sitting on that hill. And she was saying that I cannot say if black magic is on you. She literally said, I cannot say if black magic is on you. And then if you commit adultery or do a sin, something like Gunai Kabira. Right? So this happened, and I was like, but you saw Prophet Muhammad racing towards Masjid Nabawi. She told me, she called an alim, Sayyids, we had Shia Sayyids here. We could consult. And she said, Sayyid, I've seen Prophet Muhammad having long hair, like up till, like covering his neck. Things like that. Did he have long hair? And the Sayyid said, yes. Things like that, maybe. That's what she told me. I'm not sure how far I heard her and what was true, anyways. Maybe I think the Sayyid said, yes, he had long hair. He didn't have short, cut hair. And he had longer hair than, up to his nape, covering his neck, sorry. So, up to his shoulders, touching his shoulders, like that. But then even Prophet Muhammad in her dream did not give her a solution to breaking this black magic spell. So unfortunately, we've had this black magic thing. And anyways, but she never kept me like other people, that black magic. She would tell me, Beta, our daughter, child, love is better than, like in Irani, we have the saying she used to tell me, and she used to give the saying in Irani Farsi. It just rhymes that meher is better than sar. Meher means love is better than sir. Sir is black magic, sorcery. So in the Farsi language, when we're poetically saying it, that meher is better than sahar, which means sir, which is black magic. She would say this. And she would never talk about, this one is doing black magic and that one is doing black magic, and that, our minds would always be on that. Whereas I've heard other people clinging on to this, going on about this. This one is doing black magic on us, and this one is doing black magic. And we have this black magic, and we have nazar, and we have hasad. So, although she was not well at times, so that's why I felt. So, what I came home and I thought, okay, her mother is there, her aunts are there with her, her cousin is there with her. So, I think that later on also, her condition, much, long time ago when we were in the old house in Karachi. So I just thought that maybe my mother has not received proper guidance from this religion, or something. Well, I just thought that my mother does not have proper guidance. Although everything was there, we used to go to majlises like anything. My mother would, in the afternoon, coming back from school, uh, going to Karadar majlis, ladies majlis. We were very active. Sometimes my mother would, since childhood, take us there. And in the night time, we do vigils. My mother's mother had this jula, Ali Asghar's jula. We used to take it, they used to keep it for the night time. 7th, it would start. We would keep the julas in the Pir Kharadar and Ali Asghar's jula. And so I and my cousin, male cousin, would sit there. And people would come and light candles, and then we would have to see if just supervise and take whatever donations they gave. And there was a little pocket, a drawer there, sorry, a drawer side in the jula, Ali Asghar's swing relic representing Ali Asghar. So we would put it in that drawer and all this, yeah, because people were donating, and we would do night vigils there, things like that. And I remember my mother on Hazrat Abbas's majlis night in Karadar, where her family, all the Khoja community was there. We were her family, her community, her relatives were caretakers of Bara Imam Barga Karadar. Okay, so I would see my mother getting very, like on Hazrat Abbas Day night, Muharram night, when they would bring the alam to her sister's house, the steps there, bring it down, and so we could pay our respects there. Come down from the apartment if we're on the first floor, and come to the steps ground on the this first floor, and do this pay our respect. She would get very emotional, things like that. So recently this man and this lady telling me that because of misguidance and not getting proper guidance, that's why I'm suffering so much, and I have demons attacking me and all this. And they're leading me to, it's like a cult. It's the same thing, like come here, and it's not like Dr. Deepak Chopra saying, like this is universal. Anyone can join, but you don't have to be a Hindu. You don't have to believe in the revelations. You can do the Hindu mantra like Aham Brahmasmi and all this, but they don't tie you up to, you don't feel like pushed into it. That this is the right way. And I am the guide. I am the true guide that will free you. So I told them, okay, I need freedom. So they're like, no, you'll get more than what freedom? Freedom is nothing. And why do you want to be free? Everyone's saying like free mukti. So it's like horrible what this man was saying, contradicting himself also in a way. Oh yes, in a yeah. So please be careful of these kind of people. So my mother was a Shia Muslim, right? And probably even then the Sunni Muslim, then I started to think, she started to say that you Shias don't follow, maybe, I started to think, when I read the Quran ayats, that no partner with God, right? So I was like reading the Quran ayats now when my friend was like, I wouldn't say anything to her, just on my own contemplating and reading the Quran ayats. I never shared this with even my aunt. When I was normal, I would just keep everything inside of me, whatever I saw, the horrors in life or experienced. So some of the Quran ayats were like, like it's unforgivable sin to have partners with Allah. So why the Shias call on Ali and all this? Muhammad taking like they actually worship Muhammad, Rasulullah. Some of the Sunnis even go this far, Muslims, and they don't want to even call themselves Sunnis. They say we are not from Alice. I don't know where they are from. Really, Quran only people or what are they? So I started to get this thing that, oh yeah, reading the Quran ayats on my own, right? That the Sunnis then are better. Maybe we are suffering, Shias are suffering, my mother's suffering, and we can't get that. We can't become good people and do good in this life. Or, something, because we're Shias. But then when I read about Mother Teresa, which came later, this girl had come in as O levels. So I was like, oh, Christians are better than us. Like, I know about Darul Sakoon in Karachi, how Sister Gertrude took care of that, right? Then I was like, the Christians are better than us. Shia. So I don't think we should, I don't think we should judge people because they're suffering. Oh, my religion is better, my Sunni Islam is better. I'm enjoying life. Life is such a blessing. So I feel, I don't know, I should, so this, I'm just talking like this. So then we have, what do we have here? And then the Ismaili Imam, they're doing even better than us Shias, 12er Shias. And they're modern, very up to date. Thank God for that. And so, hello, M16 has come. Hello, all love, peace, and salutations to you, good woman. Thank you very much. I really, M16, salutations. I don't deserve, I'm not a good woman. I'm just a human being, good. Jesus Christ said also, don't call me good, please. You see, in your Quran, if you're coming from Islam against Shia, good comes from God and bad comes from us. So please don't. I don't know if I deserve salutations at all. Good comes from God, Allah, and evil comes from us. So please, whatever reaches to you, it is your goodness. Salutations to you, great. I don't know whether you are female, but great human being that you are. That you've given me such respect and all. Whatever of good reaches you is from Allah, but whatever of evil befalls you is from yourself. You are showing how a true seeker of truth should be. Mashallah. Okay, thank you very much. If am I clear enough? So, thank you. Yeah, this is what I really want. Not that someone worship me, or take me. Be. I don't want you to be impressed. So I don't know how to say this. Yeah, a true seeker should have I followed in a way, not following or worshipping or anything. Jiddu Krishnamurti, listening, paying attention to what he's really saying, and so that, right? So some of these ayats are like this, they are good, but some of them are not. This doesn't mean I agree to the Quran ayats, all of them. And greetings to you, M16. This respect you have given me must be from yourself, right? So I got caught up, like I didn't know, yeah, that how I don't want you to follow me in that way, in any way, but to see what I'm showing you, what I'm showing you. So I start from, like, if I could help my Muslims who want to see this, what I discovered, what I experienced, the problems I experienced in believing, in getting evidence uh, in this religion, right? And so there were problems here. And I felt if you listen to Jiddu Krishnamurti, then you won't have that religious problems that we've had. This channel deserves much attention. Let's hope it gets what it deserves to get. Oh, thank you very much. I'm really, but very few people come here. Thank you so much, M16. Thank you, sir, or madam, sister, brother. Um, hope you get something out of this. And then after all this, you can decide for yourself if what is the highest form of good for humanity, for human beings. So through my experience, my lack of guidance, even though we were Shias, the Maulvi Saab left because I pointed out a mistake in the written Allah Arabic way. Um, he was honorable enough not to impose his religion on us and say that it's guna. You have to learn Arabic. Now you've pointed out a mistake, but you've got to learn Arabic, Quran Arabic, because it is mandatory to learn Quran in Arabic. But he was honorable enough to accept this, what I pointed out to him, and said, if I find a good reason for it, if I find a reason for this mistake, then I will come back and I will try to explain it to you. But if I don't get a good reason for the mistake you've pointed out, and definitely I see a mistake here, so then I won't come back to teach you, and he never came back to teach me. So this also, so that's why I thought I would start. But I saw a very cunning, clever people who are in a, trying to get you to come to their ways, belief. Without, like, for example, what this is lacking, Quran. It came on Prophet Muhammad's heart, not on our heart. So I want to help human beings see this. Then we can help the others also, or they can help. I'm taking help from like every other Eckhart Tolle, Moji Baba, Paramahamsa Vishwananda, and the Hindu gurus. I'm not saying you go there, but I'm just saying that what I'm getting help from, right? I'm not saying you go to Eckhart Tolle or you go and read. I'm saying yes, but do read. I recommend. No, I would put it in another way. Do, if you can, if you have the time and if you want to see the problem here we have with all kinds of human beings, whether material or seekers or uh, Buddhists or Hindus or Muslims, you can read Jiddu Krishnamurti. And now, oh sorry, I keep saying read. That was the time when we didn't have Jiddu Krishnamurti videos. Now we have them on YouTube channels. Krishnamurti, J. Krishnamurti Foundation. You can follow that if you like. So when I get into this, I get passionate. So if you would understand where I'm coming from, my religion was Shia Islam, and I've done Sunni Islam. I've done research on that, whether Shia Islam or whether Sunni Islam. Some things, not all things, all answers came to me for Shia Islam, but definitely my tilt, like they say, Madlung's tilt was that Imam Ali should, right? Madlung, the historian, who wrote Prophet about Prophet. What was his name? Sorry, I just on Prophet Muhammad. Madlung or my cousin had my cousin's brother. Yeah, Madlung. This one, the succession to Muhammad. So my cousin had this book, his brother had it, and he said that Madlung's tilt was that towards Imam Ali, that Imam Ali should have been the successor of Muhammad and not Abu Bakr. I haven't read this book, but so mentioned by my cousin, this book, The Succession to Muhammad. And so, having all these sects in Islam, really I got very sick and tired of all this, Shia, Sunni, and then even Shia, some Shias, sorry to say, the moment we get into this, you can read Peshawar Nights. Now, after reading Jiddu Krishnamurti, some books, I felt that this is too, like, even from my Shia side, I don't have that word to express. Um, it's not like when I did my research, like there was some unsatisfactory answers from the Shias also, but my inclination, I should say now, should be was towards Shiaism. Why Shias combine their prayers, how how the grave of the commander of the faithful Ali was discovered, discretion of graves by like this is about another. It's about another person's life, their belief. The prophet. It shouldn't be. It should be about your. It should be about truth, and what truth is pure in its pure sense. So you can spend lives reading these dialogues and books. What is the truth? Shia Islam or Sunni Islam or Wahhabi Islam or Salafi Islam, right? We've got to leave behind, you know, our condition, be empty, so that even if you're suffering in life, so someone used this and so now if these people, this group used my sufferance to say that, we're not like this. So a Shia may look at, for example, UAE going high, rising, right? They've got oil, they've got, you know. Would you say that you would choose Sunni Islam over Shia Islam? Because there's more honesty here in the sheikhs, and we're in heaven. No, you wouldn't. You're a Shia, right? You wouldn't leave your religion because the sheikh is great or they're, promote. There's honesty. At least here, the Arabs don't steal, right? And the Arabs, sheikhs, don't have devils attacking them like me. Would any Shia here in Dubai change their religion to Sunni Islam? Because they're following Sheikh Muhammad. And Sheikh Muhammad is guiding them to business, opening things, and this is heaven here for you, right? With Hussein Sajwani, let's say from my father's community relative, change his religion because he's a Shia, Damak. No. So that kind of a thing that the recent group used and his head used against me to pull me into this. Sheikh Muhammad, they're doing so much charity. My father told me our sheikhs do a lot of charity in Ramadan and after that too, right? But a lot more in Ramadan. Would you leave Shia Islam for this? If Sheikh Muhammad today said, I have, I'm the soul. I've got this, I had, Prophet Muhammad came in my dream. Then I can show you how would you go or would you follow this Sayyid Ali Sistani, very uh, simple living. What if Sheikh Muhammad used his wisdom and taking care and being honest, taking care of his, loving his country. What if even Sheikh Zayed, what if Sheikh Zayed had used that example, right? And said that I'm humanitarian because I had this. You see how we take care of the mentally challenged, the physically challenged, how we take care of the people. We don't get, they're better than some Shias, right? Who are suffering, suffering, suffering. I've seen them suffering. We've given you heaven here. UAE, come to UAE. We've given you heaven, come to me. Prophet Muhammad came in my dream. I will be reciting Quran ayats here online. If Baba Zayed was alive and he said this, with due respect to, how would you Shias feel? You'll feel you're pushed into this. Yeah, in a desperate situation. Oh, so you finally came to Dubai. What if a sheikh tells me, taunting me like this, that you left Pakistan, the one country my mother loved, and we didn't want to come to UAE, right? Oh, now you're here. You see? Come to us. And in a very cunning like manner, but very wise, like very, very well mannered, very, we are the custodians. What if you went to Saudi Arabia as a Shia and they told you, we can give you golden opportunities and you will not Wahhabism, selling Wahhabism to you? Huh? You will not suffer. What if from Karadar they take our Khojas in this and say, okay, we will help you. You come here. We will give you this and that. This is the way. Look, we're not suffering. We don't have demons. We don't have dysfunctional family problems. Our wives are very happy. I've had 10 wives. I'm sorry, 5, 4 wives. We have everything, honesty, money, everything. Would you leave Imam Hussein and your azadaris if the Sunni Sheikh offered you heaven on earth? No. Right? And would this be the right way? Sunnis think they are on the right path. Mawiya the Great. But now I say yes, Mawiya the Great. Mawiya the Great. Umayyad's contributions. When my teacher in St. Joseph's College was doing Umayyad's contribution, you should have seen my face. No. You should have, I should have told you my feelings. I should. Inside it was, what? Mera Mazloom Imam Ya Hassan Ya Hussein. But then I found out Imam Hassan was taking money from Muawiyah. He didn't have a choice. For peace, Muawiyah the first. Shall I give you contributions of Muawiyah? Where Imam Ali sitting in a corner, George Jordak, and saying, but by the Kaaba, I have been successful. Muawiyah and his father Abu Sufyan had opposed Muhammad. No. Let me see the contributions of Muawiyah. Let me show you. If there are any in Wikipedia here, the governorship of Syria at the time of Muawiyah. Or I should go a consolidation of local power. Conquests of Armenia, Byzantium and conquest against campaigns, naval campaigns. But what is when my teacher in St. Joseph's College, the contributions of Umayyah, telling us about this in general history. Umayyads made significant contributions to the development of Islamic faith and to the spread of the Arabic language throughout the region. Dynastic crises, revenue shortfalls, and limitations of an empire based on conquest ultimately led to their demise at the hands of the Abbasids. Okay, this is their fall. Umayyad's contribution in the field of architecture. Look at this Wikipedia. The Umayyads introduced a transept that divided the prayer room along its shorter axes. They also added the mihrab to mosque design. The Prophet's mosque in Medina, built by Al-Walid I, had the first mihrab, a niche on the Qibla wall, which seems to have represented the place where the Prophet stood when leading prayer. Have you read this? I was given some in my general history class. Dome of the Rock. General development of mosques. Great Mosque of Damascus, built by the Caliph Al-Walid I. other mosques, desert places. The largest is Qasr al-Hayr al-Sharqi. The palaces were symbolically defended by walls, towers, and gates. In some cases, the outside walls carried decorative friezes or friezes. The palaces could have a bathhouse, a mosque, and a main castle. Ooh. Right? So, Umayyad dynasty. Achievements, capital, and facts. Britannica.com. I was in Wikipedia. How great is this? How great. But then they had a fall and Abbasides took over. Right? When were the Shias ever successful? Fatimid time? 12 were Shias. When were you ever successful? So George Jordek, let me see. The voice of human rights, justice. Sorry, the voice of human justice. Alone, Imam Ali is sitting. Let me see if I can find that chapter online. Where is it? The problem is, can I go to the chapter? Yeah, here it is. The glance history, Ali is my brother, the attributes, human rights and Ali, conditions, freedom and its sources, accountability, helping the needy, war and peace, combat. I just have to put it this way so I can see it properly here. Then human rights and Ali, ruler. The two families, Muawiyah and his successor Hussein and Yazid. Before this, where was value of life, condition prevailing after Ali. Okay, I don't know where. Administration of Ali, the poor, to the poor. The last time when he was sitting alone, Imam Ali. I've lost the contents here. Oh, if I can find it. Human rights in Ali, poverty and its conditions prior to Ali. Ruler is one of the people. Individual freedom. Helping the needy, accountability, neither fanaticism nor. There is a chapter here which says Ali left all alone now. Trying to find it. I hope I find it quickly. I can't find it. I can't remember. Arabian Prophet Ali, the Prophet and Ali. Ali is my brother. Attributes of Ali: knowledge and sagacity, human rights and Ali. Difficult test. By God, I admit the truth myself before any evidence is given against me. Our matter is very difficult. Our words can be understood only by the honest hearts and the far-sighted intellects. Ali formulated such firm rules and presented such solid views for the rights of the human beings and all this welfare, the conditions, and in the end what happens, Ali is all alone. Ali's difficulties experienced. Can't find it. You see? Ali all alone. Why? Muawiyah, Umayyad's contributions are great. The common man, the counselors, the difficult classes of people, the army, Chief Justice. Let them mourn. Oh, this one, I think. A stranger sitting in a corner of the world, away from the people, in a state of extreme anguish. He's sitting alone, and his loneliness weighs heavily on him. He is a stranger, although he is living among his people, but he is extremely grieved on account of them. Time did not recognize him. Although he had pervaded it, the earth did not recognize him. Although his sweet and wise sayings continued to ring in it, and it saw with its own eyes his great feats. This stranger used to spend everything he possessed on others, but did not seek anything from them. He was subjected to great oppressions, but he never thought of taking revenge. He forgave his enemies after gaining victory over them. He never did any injustice to his enemies and never performed any unlawful act for the sake of his friends. He was the helper of the weak, the brother of the indigent, the father of the orphans, and a kind friend of those who were fed up with their lives. They always approached him for the solution of their problems and hoped sympathy from him in all difficulties. He was erudite and was extremely forbearing. However, his heart was full of grief. You see? And today people can be in ecstasy and ecstatic joy and all this they're saying. And they put some people up on show. How is Maharaj? You help, and the person should not know that you're helping them. What does the West say? Some of them, the spiritual West. What will the West say about this? Showing. I help them. My goodness. Yeah, but these words about Ali, and then I can show you the Quran ayats. But what I came across recently, the Sunnis are better off than us Shias, rejoicing. They are not grieved. Whenever a deprived person called him, love and kindness began to flow from his heart, which quenched the thirst of everything dry and famine-stricken. He was a stranger on the face of the earth. He was a stranger, estranged by people. He wore coarse dress and walked meekly, and whenever the people went downwards, he kept his face high. He was a stranger and a lovely person who suffered all sorts of hardships so that the people might remain happy. Who was this unique, brave stranger who knew everything and kept his eyes towards all sides? Who was he who sought the welfare of the people in this world as well as in the hereafter, although they always grieved and harmed him? Who was this unique and angelic person whose enemies denied his virtues on account of their envy and avarice, and whose friends deserted him on account of fear? He fought alone against corruption and destruction. His behavior towards the people was constantly based on truth and sincerity. Does this sound like Islam to you? But right now I'm using this Ali. I don't know who this Ali is. He doesn't come from Islam. He doesn't come from those violent Quran ayahs. To tell you, if the Sunnis, Shias, tell you, come to us, come to Dubai, come to UAE, huh? We will help you. Who could this unique person be except Ali, the vexed and distressed commander of the faithful? You see the cool Maharaj. And they'll say, you are distressed, you are vexed, because you're not on the right path. It was a dark, terrible night. The sky was overcast. So this then now. This is not the Shia Ali. So this is what I'm trying to show you, Shias. But I had a little obstacle. I felt my heart choking on this, and my whole being was claustrophobic. Death had come. Death had come. During daytime, he administered justice and enforced the divine laws, and in the darkness of night, he wept bitterly for the sake of the indigent and the helpless. If I'm suffering, I'm not saying if demons are attacking me, but now I have to say this. You know how gracefully the gurus take you. If I hadn't done Om Namah Shivaya, my feelings, it would have killed him. By now, there would not only be a hunch back here, not a hunch, on my neck, near my neck, below my neck. I couldn't get up. I couldn't breathe. My feelings were not neutralizing. I would have been so grieved. If I kept remembering Karbala in this state, crying out helplessly for the principal, Mummy, 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 where are you? I can't breathe, this, that. It's the Hindus that little bit help me. And those Hindus we say, who is Radha Rani? And who is this? She was just a woman. They follow mere false gods. Existence of God, Imam Jafar Sadiq. Imam Ali Raza website, if I can find that. Let me see. Here. And then Shias also, you look when you cry, and the words that this Christian man has written about, the way he has written about Imam Ali, even a Muslim a Shia would not write about this in this way. Write in this way, I mean, you know what I mean? Here now, Fatima has been put up on a pedestal. She is holy. The divine guides such as Prophet Abraham, Prophet Muhammad and Imam Ali had broken a number of idols. No, before this. Polytheists believe in more than one God. They deify a number of creations instead of creator, i.e. God. Some men like Buddha, Rama, Krishna, and some women like Radha, Lakshmi, are considered as gods. Cupid, Apollo, Satan, jinn, angels, imaginary idols, and even some attributes of God are considered as gods. Ooh. Huh? What do you say about Fatima Zahra, some of you Sufis? Come here. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Fatima, the creatrix, right? And then you get it from the Sunnis. What? The goddess Fatima? Divine feminine in Islam. And Fatima, part 2, Technology of the Heart. This is a Sufi website. Technology of the Heart. Divine feminine in Islam and Fatima, part 2. Everything that comes into life has two sides, a masculine and feminine quality. Even love. The masculine side of love is I love you. Longing is the feminine side of love. I'm waiting for you. I'm longing for you. Longing is the cup waiting to be waiting to be filled. The soul is feminine before God, waiting in a state of surrender for the beloved to come. The 16th century Indian princess and poet Mirabai knew this mystical truth. Mirabai was devoted to Krishna, her dark lord, and once when she was wandering in some woodlands sacred to Krishna, a famous theologian and ascetic named Jiv Goswami denied her access to one of her dark lord's temples because she was a woman. Mirabai shamed him with the words, "Are not all souls female before God?" Jiv Goswami bowed his head and led her into the temple. The lover waits for her beloved, and when he comes to us in those moments of meeting and merging, this is Sufism. You see this? Love is a fire. The Sufi's mystical journey home. The wife of Adam was feminine, but the first soul from which Adam was born was also female. Toshihiko Izutsu. The archetype of divine feminine became effulgent and manifest. Where do the Sufis now go? Why do they go there? Why do they make Fatima, Asiya? Look at this. It all leads to this. If you go into it yourself, you will see depths of spirituality, leaving religious scriptures behind. The archetype of divine feminine became effulgent and manifest more perfectly than most other human beings at certain historical point in human history. According to the seal of prophet, 4 are the brightest through 4 radiant faces, that of Asiya, Israelite wife of Pharaoh and who cared for Moses at his infancy, Mary, venerable mother of Jesus Christ. Khadija, wife of Muhammad and mother of the faithful, and Fatima, beloved daughter of the seal of prophet. May Allah bless them all. Prophet Muhammad, upon him be abundant peace and blessings. His holy blood lineage continued by not by any son, but only with his daughter, who was Fatima. According to people of the house, Ahlul Bayt, the true line of the Imams, who act as preserver and transmitter of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, and comes from Fatima. Fatima was born in the holy city of Medina on 20th Jamad Thani. Fatima's mother was Khadijatul Kubra, the first wife of the Prophet, who was tremendously helpful in nurturing, protecting, and helping Venerable Muhammad in realizing his vision and mission. It was Khadija who comforted him from the beginning days of mind-shattering, revelatory experiences that came upon Muhammad. Khadija, it was Khadija. Fatima was from the venerable lady Khadija. Physically, Fatima corresponded with the most with her father because of her special beingness of personality and beyond. Fatima is considered by many Muslims as divine in origin. Hello? Radha was only a woman. Lakshmi was a woman. Shias, even you, if you follow your scriptures, 12 Shias, you don't know about the Sufism. But you say, oh, she was the light and she never had menstruation and she never gave birth, but through the thighs, Imam Hussein and Imam Hassan. And yet you put Radharani down and you put the Sufis also down. Where did this come from? This is not from the scriptures. This is not from Quran ayats. Because of her special beingness of personality and beyond, Fatima is considered by many Muslims as divine in origin. You know what divine in origin means? And several variations of major hadith. Really? Major hadith, where are they? Describe how she was conceived on the night of Miraj, ascension. What does that make Fatima, those hadiths that you just Sunnis look upon and just, God knows. Then you Shia say that yes, Fatima becomes divine. Fatima is considered by many Muslims as divine. Please. She becomes divine. But when the Hindus say Radha Rani, Lakshmi Devi, and all this feminine power, divine femininity, you say, no, 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 no. The very Shias who make Fatima divine and they know it. Secret of Fatima. They won't be going out saying it. These are Gnostic truths, they say. Already the Sunnis don't understand where we come from. By just doing Azadari of Imam Hussain, they say, we worship Imam Hussain when they see our Azadaris. I heard the Apostle of Allah say, I am a tree, Fatima is its trunk, and Ali is its pollen. Hassan and Hussein are its fruits, and our followers are its leaves. The roots of the tree, are in the Garden of Eden, and its trunk, fruits, and leaves are in paradise. Sacred tradition of Islam on the authority of Abdur Rahman ibn Auf. Fatima Zahra, Fatima the radiant, Fatima the brightest star, Fatima, star of Venus. What? Fatima the evening star, Tariq. And what would make you know what Tariq is? Cyrus, the star. The daughter of the Prophet is the secret in Sufism which you reject. My father rejects Sufism. She is the Hujjat al-Ali of Ali. This all about Fatima, about the divinity, has come from Sufis. They're Gnostic things. Well, how shall I say? Sources or what? They're contemplations. Who is Abdur Rahman ibn Auf? Where does this come from? It comes from Sufism. She is the Hujjat of Ali. In other words, she establishes the esoteric sense of his knowledge and guides those who attain to it. My goodness, then what is Radha to Krishna? And you deny that altogether. You don't give Radha divine femininity. You give Fatima divine femininity. Don't say you don't, because I know you do, because I was a Shia. But all this Gnostic knowledge comes from these Sufis. Even Ismaili Imam will give you. Though she was his daughter, the Prophet Muhammad called her Abiha. We know that, we have in our hadiths. Mother of her father. While Fatima Zahra was Muhammad's daughter, the Rasulullah, Prophet of God, Muhammad, understood that his gnosis was bestowed upon him from the divine feminine. And who is the divine feminine? Fatima Zahra. I will continue later. I need a break. So you call Lakshmi Devi just a woman, Radha Rani just a woman. And finally, the Sufis come when they go deep in this knowledge. But you give it the name of the Prophet's daughter as divine feminine. How ironic. Thank you. I will continue later. God bless you. I'm 16. Thank you so much. Every grace that has come from me, that you have complimented, and all salutations to you too. Thank you so much for being here. Peace, love to you too. Much more to you, I wish for you. And I wish you also the best, the guidance that is in you, the divine feminine that is in you. I wish you would realize that too. Right? Not only Fatima, but as Radha Rani, I can say that you are Radha Rani too, if you are a female. Thank you so much. I will come back later.